Hello and welcome into my channel. I'm going to be doing a reading today. I don't know what it's about yet. I'm just going to see what comes out and see who the message might be for. Zodiac signs might pop out, so I might refer to certain zodiac signs, but they may or may not resonate. I don't really read for zodiac signs. So let's get started. While I was shuffling this deck, or before I was shuffling this deck, the vision of sort of a mother deer and a baby deer, like a fawn, came to mind. So I don't know if this could have to do with a parental relationship or just something that you're caring for, but we'll see. Okay, this is definitely about some type of conclusion or some type of culmination of an energy. It looks like in the past with this, something may have changed or brought about some change that for a while was causing you a confusion about which direction to take here with the Two of Swords reversed. There was this sort of confusion, but it seems like you're moving out of that. I want to get some clarifications on this reading. Let's get some clarifications. For the Death card, please. We again have the Two of Swords coming out. Wow. So we have the Death cards and the Two of Swords here. So this, there could have been a lot of back and forth on this, a lot of sort of flip-flopping with this information. This does have to do with some type of information coming through. Oh, there's the Queen of Pentacles. That's that sort of mother energy I was talking about, or that sort of caring energy I was talking about. This has to do with the realization with a type of motivation, like a realization you may have around a type of motivation or a type of action that's sort of bringing something to a head or bringing a situation to its conclusion. But this does feel so if we have the Death card and we have the Two of Swords underneath it, this is something to do with an ending that you weren't sure about should have ended. Now we come here to the present energy, and this is more about understanding that that was the right direction to take, that was supposed to end, or whatever you were letting go, you were supposed to let go. Now, this may have come as a shock to you. This might have to do with another person or another situation. It doesn't have to be a person. This may have come as a shock to you, where there was sort of a progression in thought of, I feel like this might be a situation where when this situation or relationship started, there was a completely different thought process. Maybe you think completely different now than you used to. And there has something to do with there's something to do with a type of letting go of something, but this actually could just be letting go of a certain aspect of your own self, because it seems like you're coming to this realization and you're seeing it yourself within yourself. So this could even be just a recognizing of a new value system or new standard for yourself. if this is a relationship, for example, this doesn't have to mean that this relationship ended. It could very well be that things just needed to be restructured. There was sort of a restructuring. And in the energy that's coming in towards this is, it has to do with this fresh energy. The Magician to me is always like that first step of this new life, where it's like there's this optimism behind it, and there's this optimism behind whatever is coming in, which this card is the High Priest, but this is the Hierophant card, so this could have to do with school or marriage or relationship. With the Hierophant and the Four of Wands here, this feels more like it has to do with a commitment, which to me feels either more like school or like a relationship. But there is a sense, this very optimistic sense when it comes to this energy that's coming in. So back here in the present energy and in the past energy, if there was difficulty with whatever this is, that's going to get cleared up. And it's going to get cleared up because you're allowing it to. You're allowing yourself to see things from different perspectives. We have the Two of Swords here upright, the Two of Swords here reversed. So you're allowing yourself to remove blocks. This is a flow that's happening now. Whereas before it was definitely blocked. If this feels very much in the past, maybe it was like, this needs to be this way. It needs to show up in this exact certain way. And I don't think that you think that way anymore. I think that that's moving out. And this is a realization that you're coming to, or that you've came to. And this could have to do with something that you're giving to. It could have to do, like I said, with parenthood or the people around you, because we have the Three of Cups underneath. And we've got the Hierophant again. So this could have to do with the community as well. But this is definitely, there's a flow here that's coming out of this really stagnant state. It's almost a shocking state when you look back on it, how you used to be versus how you are now. And I don't know how this realization got here, or how you came to this realization. It could have been through an ending of some sort. But you've come to it, and now it's this sort of flow into this complete optimism that's coming out of you regards to this relationship, or this new path that you're on, this new structure that you have in your life. This feels really good. It feels really almost wholesome. It feels very good for you. Let me get an oracle card. I want to see, I might get some more tarot out too. Let me see if there's something that the oracle cards can sort of say. This is the Sacred Symbols deck. Okay, full moon, earth energy. We've got relief under here. So this could have something to do with the full moon in terms of astrology or time. However, full moon to me represents a wholeness, a coming into completion. It represents a union in a sense, and there is a completeness to a cycle. When the full moon, it is this time of releasing a cycle, ending a cycle. And yeah, that probably does bring some relief. Once the Two of Swords gets reversed, there is this real sense of relief with it, because you're not in this sort of, in the original Rider-Waite, this one looks more like these are talking friendly, but in the original Rider-Waite, it's a block. But there does feel like there's a sense of release and relief coming out. Earth energy, this could have to do with how you're approaching this. You could be an earth sign, so Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus, sorry. But this this feels like it's just the energy of the spread. It's coming into like this sort of like grounded, optimistic, but grounded approach through this sort of culmination, realization of things that maybe have transpired in the past. You have a better view on it now. I'm also feeling like I should pull some from my Liminal Tarot or my Liminal Oracle. I wasn't going to use these today, but for some reason it just feels like it's calling out. So, okay, so broken. I'm going to get one more. And Adrift. Yeah, this feels like, this Adrift card feels just more like a flow. With broken, it feels like maybe there was something that was broken open here, or broken in a good way. This card, it says broken. However, if we take a look at it, nothing tragic has happened here. The tree's broken, but, you know, it's, to me, it feels like this is an observation. The birds are looking at this broken tree. It doesn't feel, something about this doesn't feel tragic. It might feel sad, like maybe they have to find a new home, or maybe like you have to find a new structure or a way of doing things. But yeah, something feels almost like a release or a relief. It's like that broken, like a broken through sort of energy. I think I want to get some tarot out again and just get some advice for you going forward with this reading. This feels like a really good energy, and though that you're moving into a really good spot in your life. It feels like maybe you're breaking some patterns or understanding some things about yourself and the world around you that maybe you couldn't see before, and it's allowing you to live much more in harmony than you were previously. One more card of advice. Okay, the Ten of Swords came out reversed, so I'm going to keep it reversed with the Knight of Cups. So, yeah, it does feel like this cycle is ending. The thing about the Ten of Swords is, to me, the Ten of Swords is always this energy, this breaking and release and relief energy. It's, tens are completions. They are the end of a cycle, the end of the total cycle, from the Ace of Swords to the Ten of Swords. This is the Ace of Swords realizing its full potential. This is the Ace of Swords going through the entire suit of the swords and ending up here at this culmination breaking point. And swords are always rough. The suit of swords can be rough. However, it's over. The tens are over. It's done. The symbol on his hand is the symbol for rebirth. It's on the death card as well. We've got a golden sky coming back. Golden skies or gold, the color gold in the tarot is always a good thing. So the clouds are lifting, which is what I feel with this Two of Swords. Clouds are lifting. The light is going to shine in, and you're focusing on that golden light of the dawn. And that is the advice, is to focus on that light that's coming in. Focus on this optimism. Focus on the realizations that you've had here and here. It could be two different, this could be in two different areas of your life, because we have the Two of Swords twice and we have the Ace of Swords twice. This could also be to do with an air sign. So an Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. But there is a real focus on the future here for you, and to keep focusing on the future. There's a message to keep focusing on the future. Let things die that are supposed to die. Let them go the way they're supposed to go, and keep this optimism going. Don't get stuck in this Ten of Swords negative thinking. Just keep going with this optimism, and release and relief will come. I feel like with the Ace of Swords, this is about truth. This is about the truth of who you are, the truth of a situation, and the truth of where you're going. I think it's very clear to you now. I think you've gotten very, very clear about what you want. And this looks really good. So whoever this is for, congratulations. I think that you're moving into a very, very positive time in your life. Not all tarot readings are this positive, as I'm sure you know or have seen. So congratulations, this is amazing. You are ending something, you're culminating something, you are achieving something and moving on to what is more aligned with you, which is the star. The star is our hope, our wishes, our goals, our dreams. And I think you're headed there and you'll be there soon. All right, have a blessed day.